Alright.
Just now, we are live. So, if you don't want the internet to know...
I've got 2 minutes to spare. Can we go ahead and do our introduction and get started? Anyone have any objections?
That's why I went live, just in case.
Alright. If you can join us, wonderful. If you can't, unfortunately, I'm sorry. Alright, is everybody set?
Think so.
Yep. Alright. If Mr. Cameraman wants to give us his introduction, we can get started.
Welcome everybody back to Diet D&D. I am your streamer, D-Rez, here with my lovely friends and our wonderful DM, Artificial Imagination.
Greetings.
Follow with players, Lady Coco.
Howdy.
The General.
Hello.
Kaede.
Hello there.
And Lex.
Hi.
Did I miss anybody?
Okay, guys. No, that's it for right now.
Alright, we may have a few other people drop in. Until then, take it away.
So we are literally going to start right where we left off. We're sailing aboard the Midnight Star into the Sea of Traders, heading north, still on a quest to land up in the frozen north to speak with a demon who's been banished to the frozen north named Pharrell, who supposedly is an acolyte to Carolyn in search for more answers. On the way, setting sail excuse me, out of the dock shortly north of Biama, the wonderful misfit band of kobolds managed to join us, and, well, they float, surprisingly. So they are in for the ride. Everyone did wonderful on their official roles aboard the Midnight Star, and the ship is seaworthy. Congratulations. The first day out has been very well. Reprimands were given from quite an age-old feud. An odd surprise of a random hermit on a floating island or a possible side quest. But more pressing matters of finding a dead body surrounded by magically and possibly surgically altered seagulls bore these eyes of sort, giving way to some individual known as the Rudder, who seems to possibly be in control of the Sea of Traders, and has sent promptly their first wave of attackers known as Pokers, individuals riding on the back of narwhals, which our team is just about disbanded. We are literally still in this encounter. If you want to sum it up, we have 3 narwhals left that are probably just going to ram the hull. I don't need initiative for this, just for this little bit. If you guys just want to help me finish up this encounter, we will continue. So please, take it away.
So when we have the 2 narwhals there, are we still in initiative?
Right now, unless you remember the initiative, just going to continue to ram the ship.
Alright, well, unless anybody... Tully's gonna pick up 4 cannonballs again.
Yes, well. Okay.
Advantage against that, but you can continue to try again.
What did I?
Because they had riders.
No, I wasn't had riders.
It was
Okay. Although I still don't know how to count.
So,
Okay.
I got you.
So, they need to do a wisdom saving throw.
I got you. Alright, is the DC 10? Because I think only one of them gets swayed unless you're trying to capture all three.
There were only two.
There's one off to the far left-hand side.
Okay. We could have used air pressure. Fate plus bonus plus wisdom mod. And my wisdom is plus 2, yeah. So,
It's 10?
10 plus whatever the bonus is. So, if one of them got 10 or below, I would think I would got him.
Okay, yeah. So the one directly in front of you has become your friend.
Yay! Okay, so it thinks I don't mean it any harm. So I guess, would it stop attacking with that?
Yes, it's not going to try to ram the ship. We have 2 more to care of before I will just jump in and have them make an attack, guys. Currently a fire on deck. Candela, just shyly behind you, of the individual who died last. To lobbed a fireball on deck.
Well, there's not much I can. What?
Again, guys, you aren't in initiative, so please feel free just to tell me what you'd like to do to take care of these few narwhals before we continue.
What?
I could do something super, super dumb, but I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna conserve my spell slot.
That might be a smart thing to do. I just need some quick just to get rid of these.
Because I just realized I could do something remarkably dumb.
We should say that until we're facing something bigger. I mean, that's much too different, but hey, you know.
How do you spell traveled?
Traveled?
Yes.
Traveled.
Okay. I tried to update Twitch, but it didn't update.
No one has any immediateness. I'm going to take their turn.
And I don't have any idea what to do. Most of my stuff is on a larger... Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to pull out Bartleby's wand. I tried to update
Nice!
Twitch, but it didn't
Thank you.
update.
Of which I do not have my magical list, which I'm going to grab right this moment. Feel free.
Okay. I don't have any idea what to do.
This is going to be interesting.
On a larger... Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to pull out...
Can we get a marker on... Okay, yeah, we do have a marker on which corpus is friendly.
Sorry, it's tiny. All right, so Bartleby's wand. Please roll me 2 sets of percentile dice.
You got it.
I haven't seen that in a while.
As I dig up 2 dice that have yet to be used in tandem with each other. Maybe they'll like me better. Change things up a bit.
Do your butts, kids.
59.
Ready?
44.
And... Ooh, okay.
And then 29.
Okay.
60.
I'm sorry, what was your secondary set after 29?
60.
60?
Yes. 60.
Oh, are you doing this in... Are you doing this in chat as well and I'm not looking? Nope. Okay. Okay, so... Again, you pull out this little purple crazy straw of a wand, and you... I'm assuming you're aiming for the narwhal closest to you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you cast it, and again, this magical aura pops up and time slows down and it gives you that magical choice that basically offers a pit that opens between the caster and the target up to 20 foot wide and 30 foot deep. So you literally create a hole in this water for this narwhal to potentially fall into. Or, the other option is absolutely nothing happens. Go figure. It's phrased exactly like that.
Well then.
I'm gonna go for absolutely nothing happens.
Okay.
Because it's just gonna swim back if I create a hole. It doesn't get rid of the problem.
Absolutely nothing happens. Go figure.
I mean, they're pretty much the exact same option. So I'm just standing there pointing this at the water like...
Absolutely.
I gently knock it on the side of the boat a few times just to make sure that it's working.
You do?
Not...
Alright, I'll need you to roll another D2... I need you to roll another percentile.
What? Oh.
Another set. You don't go smacking magic wands.
No, I...
Oh no.
Well, I said gently. You know, like a pencil on the top. Just tap, tap, tap. Okay. Okay. I accept my punishment.
You throw it overboard. What is your... Give me a roll. Let's see what we got here.
4.
4. Okay.
And 16.
Wait. Sorry. Go ahead.
16.
60 again?
No, 16.
16, okay. Oh, okay. Roll me one more set.
What?
And, Coco, please, whatever you were saying. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I was interrupting you guys. I was gonna say, I swear to God, if you make Candela drop Bartleby's wand overboard, I will come after you.
That's another 16.
And one more for the spell.
27.
Okay. The good news is, you don't, since this is technically counting like a misfire, you don't get a choice. So, here's what happens. So, you tap this wand like, oh, come on, I wanted this to work. And the actual spell that happens is it deludes the wheeler wielder for 1 round into believing the wand functions as indicated by a second die roll. And your second die roll says that a stinking cloud of a 30-foot range emanates around you. So you just have this noxious gas just engulfing. You think it's the most horrible smelling. Your eyes are burning. It's all up in your sinuses. You're having a bad day. Everyone else just watches Candela cast this wand out. Nothing happened. She tapped it a couple times, and then she just nearly starts to vomit.
Jeez.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, you said a 30-foot radius?
No,
No, it's
nothing
just
is happening. It's only diluting the wielder. It's an illusion against the wielder.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting here like, I'm measuring, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
No,
they're all
Lawson,
in the
you just look over, and Candela's just trying to retch for some reason.
maybe I got seasick. I can do that.
All right.
Pretend I got
Anybody else
seasick.
have anything?
I throw up on the narwhal.
Maybe that's
Okay. Roll me a Constitution check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Forcibly causing yourself to vomit. Good job.
16.
Tactical. Okay. Good news is you don't hurt yourself.
Good.
But as a minor action, you do vomit into the water.
I swear to God, some of these things need to be illustrated.
I know.
Yeah, some of these things need to be illustrated.
All right. Okay. Amon, the narwhal you befriended is just kind of chilling here. The other two go to smash the side of the ship and kind of realizing... I'm sorry?
Wasn't Tuli gonna throw cannonballs at Bad Narwhals?
Oh yeah, if Tully wants to huck some cannonballs, I suppose Tully can.
Certainly.
Yeah. I want to see this.
Where the heck is Tully right now? Because right now Tully is actually pretty far away from various, he's pretty, yeah, there he is. He's far away from the ones that he can hit, because the only one he can really... Well, unless Candela, would you like some assistance?
Roar!
Tully will take that as a yes.
So Candela, you also just see the stinking cloud. You just see, should be emulating Glosson as well. And you're like, why is this not affecting you?
Why is it always me?
Johnson, confused noises.
By the way, everyone does also still see the spire that is on deck. If no one wants to immediately tend to it, some of the NPCs just go over and put it out.
I was going to say, I was going to ask if I could put it out, but I was waiting for the turn.
Oh, we're not in turn right now. If you just want to tell me what you want to do with this.
I was, yeah, no.
Yeah. That's why there's said something about that. But yeah. No.
Yeah, Glosson, if you just want to whatever, we'll say you put it out.
Cool. Where you from? Yeah.
That's the damage later after the normal
Right.
dealt with.
Tully, please, what's the deal?
Gonna pick up a couple of cannonballs and throw them.
All right. Julian!
I have to look again. What the heck do I roll?
This bitch evil. Oh, yeet.
Right, because it's part of his frenzy attack, which I believe in total we agreed that
4?
yeah, 4. And it's technically using his slam attack, so that is 2d8 plus 3. Okay.
All against the same narwhal?
Yeah, that's 2d8 plus 3 per attack.
Oh, lordy, okay.
That's a lot of cannonballs.
It's already bloodied.
So that's 10 for a single cannonball.
Damage?
Yeah, 10 damage for one.
Dead.
It's dead already.
It was bloody. Candela put a hole in its back with fire.
I forgot about that.
So just like chucking a golf ball at a gopher, just beams it in the head and it just goes limp and sinks.
That's kind of cruel. That is a cruel metaphor. Or analogy.
Now, can Tully do a few other things, or are we technically in initiative where he can only take that as his major action?
What would Tully like to do?
He would like to use a crowbar to dislodge the spears in the side of the ship.
Oh, absolutely. If Tully wants to work on that, you could do that.
He's just gonna take a crowbar and just kind of go, yeah, and stick it down and just bash the spears out the side of the ship.
We'll get to that in just a second. Mons, you have a narwhal friend. This other narwhal, seeing that one of the narwhals is not responsive, it seems like they have some sort of silent communication, and this secondary narwhal does quickly split and will retreat, dive under the water, and presumably head back to whence it came from. You currently have a narwhal friend.
Go get him, buddy. I politely try to get the narwhal to go get its friend and leave the interpretation of what it's supposed to do up to it.
They go off, and you
Get out of
believe
here,
to
you
the best
big
of your
dumb
abilities
animal.
It's following your command. Stonewall, Captain, the encounter is over. The ship's done pretty well. Slightly damaged on quadrants 3 and 4. The ship itself is at 596 out of 600, and there are currently 2 spears that are lodged in the fore in the aft.
Okay.
Not bad. Tully does snap one of these spears loose. You're not trying to collect these, you're just trying to get them out, right?
He's gonna try and see if with the crowbar he can like hook it around and pull them up just to see what's on the other end of the rope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do manage to dislodge the spear, and on the end of it is a guideline sunk down in the water. If you just want to keep pulling in hopes to find something, I assume?
Yep, Tully's the stronger one, so he's just gonna keep hauling it in like an anchor. See
Okay.
what's on the other end.
So you keep hauling and hauling until something goes taut, and anyone who's trying to attend to the spear at the back sees that that line goes taut as well, until Tully pulls up the rigging from the narwhal with the cannon. There's about 4 other guidelines on this and a gigantic reel. It's like a gigantic version of a fishing rod. You think all the spears were attached to this thing.
Question. Is the gun still mounted?
The cannon has exploded with that nat 20. No.
Yeah, okay.
And this is just pieces of the rigging.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay.
It's not intact, but you can tell they're well connected.
Okay, I thought as much as that shot probably just mounted the gun. Okay. Just need that for clarification.
Absolutely. I assume other people try and dislodge the spear at the back.
Yeah. Some would say send orders to try to dislodge the one in the back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's taken, no problem. Do we just let it sink, or do we try to salvage this or something?
I would say let it sink because it doesn't look like there's anything really valuable on it.
Unless you really want to try and salvage some rope or the spears, it's not really worth anything.
Tully's gonna keep the spears out of sheer grudge.
Yeah.
Okay, you add 2 more
Yeah.
spears to the collection, and the rest of it gets to sink to the bottom.
Yeah, the spears and if any rope was able to be salvaged, I guess, but the rest just
It's
let
not
it sink.
good quality rope.
Then let it sink to the sea.
Tully and Arthur have plans for the spears.
Yeah. Keep the spears. They might be useful.
Glosson, Candela's having a hard time.
lovely. I could see. Just can I again? Oh fuck! I don't think I have that.
Candela, just like that, the sticking cloud seems to dissipate, but you're still recoiling. There's no way to easily just 180 from vomiting.
Oh, so there's no magic involved anymore, just grossness.
Yes, correct.
Just grossness.
Kelly gave you a friendly pat.
Over the side of the ship. Over the side of the ship.
I'm just leaning over as like I call back to them. Give me 10 minutes.
Tully gives you an affectionate pat.
Blossom's gonna rub your back. A gentle circular motion. Are you alright?
I'll be okay.
Alright. Blossom.
Candela, as you're leaning over there, gathering yourself and trying to take a quick breather, you feel somebody for the railing as well beside you. There's the same effect.
Who is that? Gregor?
You don't see anything.
Oh.
Candela's the only one that sees it. Candela, by the obvious flask in this individual's hands, you know who this is.
How dare! How dare!
I don't know how to react.
All right. A few moments, you gather yourself and manage to feel good enough to lean back up, and as you do, the figure beside you does exactly the same. Groans a little bit, and just as quickly as they appear, they seem to be gone.
I have many a question. None of which I
You are
can...
positive with the visions you are having, it is relating to the wand.
More than likely.
Okay, guys. Day continues.
I am going to
Stay
have to
still. Right
RP some of
ship
this.
north. Oh, absolutely. I assume you were at the ship north and continue on your way.
Yeah, we continue heading to the north. We adjust our course because that was a battle situation, so yeah, we continue.
And most of us get thrown off board.
Have you on that side? Pardon. Write your tokens as you please. Okay. The day continues pretty uneventfully for a good couple of hours. There's a natural sense as 4 o'clock hits and everyone just braces themselves for a possibility. The starboard side geyser of water just uproot itself for a moment, and that's it.
Okay then.
Just quote. All right. End of day 1. You have the afternoon and evening to yourself before you wake up in the morning and we start day 2. Free time. What would you like to do?
We have some sort of sonar in the ship, don't we? Do we know a few into that?
You had some like a magical sonar of sorts.
Yeah, I'd like to use that to see if I can figure out where the narwhals are possible.
The range is not overly spectacular, but you can tell there are some form of disturbance that are like multiple signals that are sent to you, but it's quite a ways out. You believe this could be other bad guys, other reinforcements, possibly your narwhals. It would be any surprise to say any of that.
Okay, I'm gonna alert the captain first now.
Okay. Yeah, if you would Stonewall would take that very much into consideration. And again, adjust course as, as needed, still going in the right direction. Does it say we can carry out repairs on that one area damaged by the fire?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Just wanted to ask that.
Old boards. How would we go about repairing this?
Do we have anyone with mend?
Raises his hand.
I mean, whose job is this supposed to be?
Points to Gloss.
It's carpenter.
I apologize. I kind of blanked out for a minute. What's going on?
Oh, you know, the ship was on fire and we just need you to do your job.
Play with Starbucks. What up?
We're talking about repairing that damage due to the fire.
Yeah, no, I can do that. How much is the damage? How big?
It's some weakened floorboards that have been partially burnt through. It's technically only 4 points of damage.
Can I just check
with-
mending?
I was going to say, with this I will allow mending because it's not a hole in the hull or anything.
Please.
Absolutely.
Okay. Any damage needs to be attended to.
A wave of the hands and we're back to full.
Alrighty then.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Very important.
Some sense happily running about the ship, making sure people and NPCs and the two guys are doing their duties. Alrighty. I will ask everyone to give me a D20 to do one more round of their official rolls, and then technically it'll be going into nighttime, dinner time. You guys will have the evening to yourself if you want to do anything.
8.
Everybody, roll me a D20.
You have to be freaking joking.
Let me hear it.
It's a 4.
Alright, Ardwin got a 4.
17.
8.
Good, you're good. If it's over a 10.
I think I know why Ardwin is failing.
Second.
Does Arduin just not ship well?
No, I am in fact rolling a d20, but I can figure out why canonically he's not doing too well.
Did anyone else make a 10 or under?
I made
I got 16.
I'm sorry, Lex, what?
I got 10.
10, okay. Alright. And... okay. Everyone goes about and does another round of their duties. So... the Master of Arms, Candela, you were in charge of all the weapons and the people who were supposed to be firing. We're going about and attending to all of this and make sure everything is supposedly good. Candela, you are not aware, but you were trying to tell people they are... You're voicing this really weirdly because you're trying to be as best you can. You don't understand the Freudian slip you're doing, but for some reason, people think you're trying to tell them to continue firing on an enemy that doesn't exist.
Wait, what?
Exactly. Candela, you're not aware of it, but they're looking at you like, I don't, wait, what?
Oh, I understand. There's a language barrier. He's trying to tell. Okay, it's a how do I say this? You know how you try to speak.
Miscommunication.
You know how you try to speak to surfers, and surfers seem to have their own language. He doesn't speak Navy.
Yes, that's a good way for it.
Okay.
I'm just like, keep up the good work.
Navy slang in the wrong way.
Yes, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that in a moment. Amans, you were supposed to be the gunnery officer. You were in charge of the ammo and the battery. You were trying to keep up with all this, and you realize organized, and you start reorganizing it.
This is going to be at that organizing it super well to probably.
Although you start alphabetizing, this is not efficient for the crew.
Yep.
Arwen, as the first Michael Hawk, Stonewall, you have very much admiration and good trust and faith in your first mate, but they're on your neck, and it started to get annoying.
Okay.
Ethan, please. Anybody else who's succeeded can help right these wrongs.
Can I do something again with Ardwin? Because every time that Ardwin fails, I actually have something written for him.
Yeah. Just these 3 things need to be in fashion with help from anybody.
Stonewall, do you just want to tell Ardwin to screw off?
No, Stonewall's not gonna obviously tell Arwen to screw off. He'll just kind of give that look like, or just make a movement of like, he needs a little bit of space, just a little bit.
Ardwin will simply nod and walk off. He'll get about as far as the stairwell, and then suddenly lurch to the side and grab the banister, and he's not doing good. And Tully runs over and is clear concerned.
I'm sorry, my friend's not doing well? Holy shit, dude.
A couple of NPCs that are passing by that aren't immediately doing anything will show the same concern.
Glosson,
They're
what does that
asking if you need the doctor. If you're good.
Glosson, because you're closest, are you actively trying to see what's wrong with Ardwin? Yeah. You did the bizarre, yeah.
Shaw, yes. Sorry, I'm tired.
Pardon me if I start asking, but I want to see if you can do this. Oh boy, can you percept that for me?
Pray to God I don't. Oh, fuck me. Hold on. Wait.
If it's an @1, you don't see anything.
It's a 7.
Why is there in the freaking
Because Nayla's here now.
I'm just going a little bit.
Oh, cool.
But with any bonuses, I rolled a 7.
Okay, with that, that he might just be seasick. I'm not sure if the DM wants to roll for any NPCs or not.
I can if you don't. They're immediately going to ask if you need a doctor, and if you say no, they're just going to go off on your way. So I assume you said no.
Well, the interesting thing is he's straight up not responding. Please.
And Frank, start doing the medical routine. Go roll the basis. the basics.
Glosson, your its hands on Ardwin. Straightened up, normal, and he kind of. Ardwin's immediately looking around like, "Huh? What? What happened?"
In response to this, if there's a break in Pelly's what he's doing, Glosson's gonna lay a hand on your shoulder and say, "Ardwin, do we have to talk?" He's not. He sounds concerned. It's not like. Do you need someone? Do you need help? Are you okay? That kind of deal.
Ardwin's gonna kind of brush it off like, no, it's fine. It happens.
Osmond.
Probably makes you more concerned.
No, you're right.
Damn it.
Right. Glosson's gonna go. Glosson's gonna Ardwin, and he's gonna put both his hands on your shoulders, look you dead in the face. Do we have to talk?
At this point, Ardwin's going to get unusually irritable, and he's going to take your hands and almost violently pull them off of his shoulders and go, "I'm fine." And he's going to straight up walk away, not even giving either of you a second glance.
Tully's gonna snatch you by the back of your head and say, "I'll be the judge of that." And he's still trying to examine you as you're walking away. And he finally waited for you guys to have that. He's like, "I'm not done yet." And he goes over his quick little routine with everything. He pulls out a few mint leaves and especially little plans and gives you advices on anything that may also help if it's any seasickness.
Roe Butler isn't having your shit today.
Apologies for breaking up the comedic atmosphere. Glosson actually after that looks a little hurt and he's gonna go to the dick.
I'm sorry, Coco, but I am building up to something.
Oh no, it's fine. I wanna help you handle shit.
All right.
We're good.
With that going on, meanwhile, Mons is organizing things and Candela's apparently trying to tell people to continue firing, and they're confused. This needs to be corrected.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, immediately with that or hearing... I take it someone would immediately alert me after hearing what Ardwin's happening over there. Someone would have run back and told me what's going on. Being the captain and all, or...
Captain, I don't know. This is in special. Yeah.
Something like that.
The gunner, the Nat 20 gunner comes around.
Yes.
Let me get a token for Wordham. Wordham comes up, "Sir, I think this is wrong."
So it's literally and be like, "What do you mean? What's wrong? What's going on?" That very concerned feeling start overtaking at the moment.
He explains that apparently Candela is telling people to keep firing. It's like, I get it. I get, like, in charge, but that's wrong.
And yes, all of around saying, yes, you are correct. It's very wrong. Take me down to the gun deck now.
He immediately runs down with you.
And immediately runs, I guess it's all this confusion and shoutings going on.
Not so much as confusion and shouting. Candela's just, Candela's being not, what's my word?
I'm just trying to say you guys did a great job. Keep it up.
There you go. Help me out here.
Yeah.
It's more confusion than any anger.
Okay.
It's like, what am I saying wrong?
He's saying something along the lines of, "Keep up the firepower, men!" And he's just trying to be like, "Good job!" And everybody's like, "Eh?"
Yeah, pretty much. It's like,
Are the gunners at their post actually firing the guns?
No, they're not firing, but they're at their post. Like, I don't think we should be, but they're kind of afraid to leave because they're being told to continue firing.
Okay, by an officer. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
So Officer Storm will go down and be, we look around and probably look at some of the gunners and look at the What's the name of the guy who came up again? I need to.
Wordham. I'm getting his token right now.
Okay, Wardham. Okay.
Wordham.
Wardham. Okay, I would look at Wardham and be like, I see. Well, and
I see. Yeah, Wordham.
nice. Yeah, so walk up to Candela, alleviating any confusion, just saying, Rachel just saying, something along the lines of, it's okay, there's no enemy, we don't need to waste shot, the enemy has been dealt with for tonight. Have the men stand down.
Oh, I thought I was telling them to keep up the good work. I'm sorry.
No, it's all, no, it's fine, just, a little bit confusion on their end, but I get it after a battle, there's always a sense that they might reappear. But someone would then say, but they'll be back soon enough, have the men stand down and take charge of any damage and have the crew start, sponging and cleaning the guns. We want them ready in case anything shows up. Stand them down for the night.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Candela goes up to you that, Stonewall, you feel confident until you see this large Gearforged walk across the gun deck with a large keg of powder going somewhere they should not be going.
Yeah. Immediately Stonewall being...
Is it safe to assume you've got everything stacked up alphabetically on one side of the ship?
Yes. Oh my god, I see.
Okay, this is the thing, okay.
Hold on, I got this. Don't mind me.
Still seeing that would obviously very concerned and asked Alon's, I would say. Kind of a question of, what are you doing? What are you doing with that keg of powder?
I am organizing things, Captain.
I see, did you get that from the magazine or from the hold?
Quite possibly, Captain.
Mm-hmm. And is it safe to assume I can see this pile?
Oh yeah, you can see everything stocked up on the port side here of the ship, and if this continues, it's going to cause a weight problem.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, no one say. Okay. It's. You would obviously see being like, well, good job at organizing, but I want you to bring everything we have here. I want you to bring it down back into the hold and organize it accordingly in the hold of the ship, not up here on the port side of the gun deck. Just in the hold to where they're because during combat, if it continues, we're gonna sink.
You're probably going to show Amons what you mean by storing it accordingly, because otherwise they're just going to put it back in alphabetical order down.
Okay, so Stonewall would take one of the lighter boxes. I take it this is all the stuff that was food or whatever that was in the hold of the ship, or
it's typically all the ammunition.
Okay, it's all the stuff in the magazine. Okay, you basically pick up a keg of powder or a keg of powder or something, Stonewall's pretty strong, and would show them how to go back into the hold and start storing stuff properly, put it down in one section of the magazine, start pointing and saying how stuff should be arranged properly in the magazine.
Seeing the actual captain start doing some heavy lifting, several of the deckhands start running in no, let me help, no, you shouldn't be. And between several of you manage to start conveying what needs to be done, and this problem begins to get righted.
Yeah.
Alright, good job.
Prevent that.
Stonewall, now you realize this isn't going to be a cakewalk, but you got this.
Yeah. He thinks that as he walks back up on deck.
Alright, guys. The evening is yours, into the night. What do you guys want to do?
I want to try and brush up on what I'm supposed to be doing and actual terms.
Okay.
Try to give myself an advantage the next time I have one of those duty roles.
Okay. How do you do so?
I ask the captain for a debriefing.
A debriefing?
Or whatever. See, I'm not even good at this in real life.
To explain what your duties of your position are, basically.
Yes.
What is an ordnance officer, or what your job requires of you,
Right.
and how to go about doing that. Yeah, so I can easily,
It's like, I know I did my job okay, but I'd like to do it the best I can. Could you give me any pointers in order to help your ship run more smoothly?
Explain to Master of Arms.
Yeah, Stella would be able to do that easily. Explain it now, or?
Well, if he's
No,
asking.
can we just say that...
Okay.
Oh, if you want to, yeah, if you just want to say you sit there and explain it, that's fine.
Yeah, to avoid any other time being taken up. But yeah, still I would easily explain,
That's fine. Can you just give me an intelligence roll to see if you get advantage for next time?
That I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I guess not.
Well, it's not a 1. It's a 10 plus 2.
I was about to say, is it a 2?
No.
You don't have advantage, but you understand what you did wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right, and...
I'll take it. It's not any worse than what I am already.
Absolutely. Okay, you guys typically have a little bit of time to roleplay out the evening and the night. Otherwise, we're just going to assume everyone goes to bed respectively and the night continues.
What? No drinking?
As I was saying, you guys have free time. Everything else is kind of be in the long rest roleplay chat. This is a long rest. Anyone want to change out spells? They want to eat? They want to go do whatever? You have free time.
Glossman's gonna stay below deck. He only comes up if, say, he can't get access to food and wants food or something, but other than that, he stays below.
You sounded so disappointed when you said no drinking.
I was say, I don't know how it works.
Yeah, there's a galley. Carpet samples in the kitchen.
The galley's below the gun deck.
Oh, gotcha.
Or
Anytime.
sometimes on the gun deck, but wherever you can find space, but for simplicity, we'll just say it's under the gun deck.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Or around the area of the gun deck, but yeah.
Yeah. Ardwin, anytime he comes up from below deck, you notice he doesn't make eye contact with you.
Ardwin actually wouldn't be noticing that because Ardwin seems to be lost in his own thought. He seems worried about something.
Interesting.
He is very visibly worrying his lip. Something's wrong. He seems to be in his faculties this time. He seems to not be spacing out, but he's pondering something.
Interesting. Well, then neither one of us is going to notice either one's behavior if Glosson goes back to the deck.
Alright. Okay, anything you guys would like to run me over? Let me know what you do. Otherwise, we're assuming the evening continues. Everyone has their own individual agenda, and we all go to bed.
Tully is mixing drinks at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wants whatever.
Yeah, Stonewall's that. At least goes to the bar to get a drink, considering the events that have taken place so far.
Good first day. Shots.
Yep. And then goes back to his cat. Well, obviously places.
Actually, hold on. Would the yard notice that Arvin?
If you're nearby Ardwin, you would probably notice if you were looking directly at him.
I would say.
You would say something, except your mic cut.
No, I would. I want to try to see if I can use. I have detect ops, so could I use that to see if I can get anything from Argwin?
Yes, you just have to give me a minute to come up with something that you'd hear. Because I didn't think you'd use that.
Naora's getting good.
Argwin's not going to talk.
Even if you did use it, though, I would want... And again, I don't mean to be substituting for the DM here, but even if you did use that, I would want a dice roll to see how much can you get. Or can you see
No, I just want to see if I can get anything.
Oh, you're not delving too deep, you're just trying to see if you can find anything in general?
Well, if I roll high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, just probably give me wisdom, or do you want an effectivity roll?
Just an effectivity.
Okay, just roll me a straight d20, no modifiers. Naora.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Oh crap!
Oh,
Wow.
Naora.
This is in your hands, Ardwin.
Yeah.
Prepare for the mindfuckery.
Right.
I'm gonna go into another room as I say this so that my parents don't flip out. Naora, you only get it for a split second before you are actually, this is bizarre, you are forcibly launched out. You only get a split second. You can't even hear what is, you can't make heads or tails of what you actually heard. But a moment after you hear it, you are forcibly shoved out of Ardwin's mind by some other force. And the most bizarre thing out of all of this, despite the fact that you were forcibly ejected, Naora, you heard two voices.
Okay, just so I have this right. It wasn't Argwin. Well, should I say it wasn't Art? I can tell that.
One was Ardwin, the other was most certainly not.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the shook. I can hear how shook everybody is.
I'm trying not to react, because I don't want to give it.
What? What a fuck?
There we go.
John Tron High.
Keep inhaling.
See, more things are just clicking in my head.
Mhm.
Naora was kind of blink in shock. Does not know what to do.
You look again and Ardwin's just sitting there as per normal, so you're not sure what's going on, question mark?
Wait, when I look at Arvin, can I tell if he knows if I use magic or not?
He seems to be busy in his thoughts, so it doesn't look like he knew particularly.
Okay. Just needed to go.
Who is, because I would like to know, who is the first person that wasn't like directly below, that is the first person to make it down to the storage area? On their own time, I mean.
Well, considering he's been below deck this entire time, maybe Glossin?
Okay, that's fitting. Glossin, you're just looking about getting used to the ship, much like everybody is. In the ship's hold, one item that seems particular, and it looks like a very tall item draped in a large sheet at the far back.
I already know this isn't
positioning, it looks like someone's brought a standing floor mirror. Just from the familiar shape.
Oh, gosh.
You're not sure who, but you can tell that's what it is.
Now, if you Does Coco want to be a troll?
I don't know.
Wilson just blink, blink. I'll keep you in mind. He doesn't pull off the sheet. He just takes note that there's a mirror down here.
Mm-hmm.
Is you is or is you ain't my trolley.
You're welcome.
Troll in the dungeon!
Anything else? Anything else from anybody?
Yeah, I'd like to have Norns pretty much stay on that sonar system.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out for things approaching or if the Norls coming back.
You can, does Amans need to sleep?
No, they do their weird, like,
Power saving mode.
yeah. Which,
So you can literally, you can stay up all night and nothing on the sonar changes, everything remains north. What it is.
that's no bueno. Animal friendship lasts for... That is not the right PDF. There it is. Lasts for 24 hours.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do.
That's fair. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Otherwise, the night goes on and everyone takes to bed until morning.
After a little while, Ardwin seems to go back to normal, and he's chatting and just is with everybody, is just relaxed with everybody nowadays. It seems like nothing's really changed. He's acting the way he normally does. I'm guessing people are too shook to push their luck with him anymore.
Now, what I will say is, are we up on deck or below decks?
He's below deck with the others for now.
And that makes sense, because I know at one point someone most likely be probably with a Tangrowth or something like that, up on deck, just, I guess, taking it all in before finally going down. Now he's just, again, on the quarter deck, you know, thinking.
Please, tell me, where is everybody at 4 in the morning? And what are you doing?
Hopefully sleeping.
In bunk, Ardwin is up and awake, as is Tully, just waiting for you-know-what to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's 4 a.m., I think Stonewall be doing something the same.
Yeah, Nora will be in her room but awake.
Is anyone not below deck?
No? Don't think so.
Okay, good. Everyone kind of sits up, awake in bed, you know, weapons to their side, just ready for the possibility. At this point, no one is accustomed to sleeping in at 4 a.m. It's just a natural alarm clock. They wake up. You're listening to every sound, the creak of the ship. Every little sound, your hand tightens a little bit more, just waiting for that sound to become screaming. You hear something very muffled that could pass as screaming underwater. You hear a very loud thud on the underside of the hull, some scraping, and it goes quiet. You wait. Shit, you just ran over him. Okay then. Well done, alright. The bad news is when Chips spawns, he has to be within 30 feet of somebody. And depending on my role, he has a very slim chance of being on the ship.
That is glorious.
Okay, so 4 a.m. passes. It gets to about what you'd imagine 10 minutes past, and wow, that must have had to have been it. The night continues. Early morning. I'm gonna need another round of officer duty rolls.
Give me a sec, I gotta run upstairs because I went down to make breakfast.
18.
Good?
Now, what was that? I'll take that. That's an 18.
Good. 10 or lower is the danger zone.
18.
Good.
No one's got 10 again.
Oh, okay.
I'm so mad he got a 9. I haven't succeeded a single one, and I'm so mad at my dice.
It's like I'm slowly starting to get what my job is supposed to be. Good.
And Glosson?
I barely scraped by with an 11.
Okay. Amand, you're not liking how he's sorting this. You get it, but it's inefficient to you. You really think you need to convince the captain that this is wrong?
Oh man. What time of day is it?
It's early morning, sunrise.
Boy, the captain's gonna get a not ending knock at his door until he answers it. Just, very much like a...
Penny? Penny?
Actually, the door
Penny?
in the morning, Stonewall would actually be up on deck.
Knock, 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 captain. Knock, 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 captain. Knock, 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 captain.
Yeah, exactly.
So what? Okay, so anyway, Amaz would go bug the captain and be like, Captain, I do not like this. Can we do it another way?
And Stonewall hearing this, probably remembering the previous night being, do it another way. How? How do you propose? What, what, he basically say what's the problem with the way the system already is.
I think that there is a much more efficient way of doing things.
So I'll say, okay,
Huh?
well, he would first ask to make sure that stuff is kept in the magazine and not on the gun deck. And you will be kept in the magazine of the ship.
Sorry, before we go any further, I should probably ask, how is stuff generally arranged? Is it arranged by, type of thing that it is?
It's, the magazine, it's usually, the shots kept in one spot, the powder in one spot, it's categorized. And the stuff stacked on top of, one another.
So Rose is gonna suggest that things be arranged, in magnitude of size.
In the magazine?
Yep.
You guys are talking about this. I'm going to pause you for just a moment. Because I both need the two of you to roll me a d12, please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Ooh. Interesting.
7.
Ooh, okay.
Finally above 50% for once in this game.
And Stonewall.
Down 8.
Okay. So Stonewall, in the back of your mind, as you were talking and conversing with the Mons here, you hear, again, this otherworldly voice speak to you again, and it says a single word. Apathy.
Oh boy.
Amans,
Okay.
you get a signal. Again, it's hard to tell, but you're conscious of it, yet not conscious. This signal you think that is affects you like when the fractals act up. sends you a signal that just says envious. And you must be envious today.
Okay.
If anyone cares, as Argon is running about the ship doing his duties as told by the captain, he is very aggressive today. Again, Stonewall, you just hear the voice. You aren't compelled to do so, but you hear this.
Okay.
Mid-speech, by the way, so you can continue that in just a second. Ardwin, as you were getting up, you were trying to turn over a new leaf. You had a bad day yesterday. Okay, let's do good first mate duties. Okay. You have that horrific moment when you just want to do better, and you realize you're doing too much. And you think the captain's going to get even more bothered by your actions.
Aww.
At this point, you think you might be getting on the captain's nerves unintentionally, but you are not sure.
Hello?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, my headset keeps cutting out for some reason, which is stupid because it doesn't normally cut out when I'm standing right here, so...
Okay, well, back to Stonewall and Amon's. So you're mid-speech, and Amon are compelled to be envious today. And Stonewall, you hear that one word that says apathy to you. You're not compelled. Does this change the conversation?
Not really.
Mhm.
It's on Stonewall's part.
Amon's? Does this change the conversation?
No, because I think the monster's going to be envious. If anything, it's going to be a sprocket. A sprocket being a cat.
Oh my god, that's glorious.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
Alrighty.
Because the cat's the only cat that knows where it's at.
It doesn't make any sense for moms to be envious of something they don't care about. And frankly, I'm sorry, but cats are number one in mom's mind.
That is true. However, with that correction, I'm going to have to ask you, you are compelled to feel envious today in whatever fashion or manner. That is your main goal.
Well, envious of the cat, getting to be a cat and not having to do things.
Mm-hmm. I can work with that.
Yay.
Okie dokie. So the day continues. Everyone's set on an early day of sailing. It is not quite mid-morning, but Lottie up in the crow's nest will give a ring out saying, alerting the crew and captain that there is another dead body dead ahead of them. Everyone can look out and see the familiar seagulls.
Okay.
And something in the water, dead ahead, extra dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, really with that, so being at least, I wouldn't say rude to it, but kind of understanding what this would mean, would call everyone to action stations, and everyone would go to their proper post, because there's a feeling something's coming. He would issue this to, obviously turn to, Arwen and say, Mr. Arwen, put the crew, tell him to bring the crew into, into battle station. Battle station.
At your current course, it's heading dead ahead. Would you like to go on either side of it or try to run it over? These are questions.
I'd just say for the moment we scoot off to the side.
So,
we gotta cover the coal bullets here so that they don't get caught in the line of fire. Port side. Just swing slightly apart.
okay. So much like before this barrel is going to start sliding down the starboard side. Just a few of the seagulls start circling the ship as well. You can see, everyone can see, they've got the eyes on them as well, these gangly birds.
I wave.
And very good. There you go. At cue of your wave, this familiar voice will echo out amongst all the birds. Well, good morning, sailors. I can see you've made it through the night. Congratulations, you're not an adept.
Do I recognize this voice?
You do not. Sorry, I only have one accent.
I just wanted to make sure.
No, absolutely, that's valid. I was waiting for it. If anything, it sounds more gruff. That I'm not going to be able to replicate properly.
Sorry, I snort because I was thinking, like, I can just imagine Lawson's still not in the best mood from the previous day, so he's just listening and just mumbles like, piss off.
Oh no, please, I encourage interaction.
Piss off, ghost!
Like, he doesn't say it loud enough for the person to hear, but he does say, oh, piss off.
No, nobody got my reference.
No, I got no.
I'm sorry.
I got
Piss off, ghost is a reference.
yeah. No. But someone probably from the back of the quarterdeck would shout, just saying, right, what do you want?
What I want, the voice continues, would be this interesting, lovely, lovely vessel you have here. It's got many of the firing capabilities. I would like to add it to my collection.
So Vizsla says, well, I'm sorry, but I am not allowed at the moment to hand over this ship to you, let alone hand over my command to you.
That's very respectable, however, a tad bit foolish. We have ways. I'll send some more of my children to persuade you then. You hear what sounds like this individual turn away from whatever receiver is transmitting and begin shouting at whoever or whatever he's near. And you hear just the sounds of multiple people shouting amongst themselves, relaying orders. It's very muffled, but you can tell there's a big happenstance going on behind them.
Pirates?
Pirates.
Respect. Well then, if you will not surrender peacefully, I will have to send some more persuaders your way. Interrupting everything, you hear Dirge, the Minotaur over on the robot, shout over to the ship, "Do you guys hear that?" You see him clean out one of his ears. "I'm hearing voices!"
Nope, sorry, Dirge, we don't hear anything.
Okay. He sits down sadly. Just stares at these kobolds like, this is my life.
There's the Minotaur who tried.
I'm gonna have to get out of the way pretty soon. I'm in for that.
You'll see several of the seagulls just start flying off back north as the body continues on its way past you guys.
I just looked in the chat after coming back from getting my breakfast, and I saw Coco do the Jontron. What the fuck? I'm assuming that was due to the voices in Ardwin's head.
Yeah. Apparently was really.
Alright, without any other sass, the body continues and slowly begins to fade out of sight behind you guys.
Yeah, and immediately after this, Star again turned to Arduin saying, Mr. Arduin, have the guns run out. Have the guns run out and loaded.
Argrin will immediately relay this order down.
Okay.
He screwed up
Amon's-
before trying to make up for it.
Oh, absolutely. Amand, you start getting a lot of signals on your radar that are approaching from the north at a very quick pace.
I alert the captain.
Okay. Okay. They're coming straight from the north, in the same direction.
It seems like the same, like the narwhals before.
Okay. Okay. Right, Stonewall at this point would also turn to Neon and say, Miss Neon, give us as much sail as possible. We might need it in the coming conflict. Coming fight, battle, whatever you want to call it. He just needs sail. He would relay that.
You are not, he says, yes, Captain.
You hands to battle stations.
Also, still noticing the the rowboat off to the side of the ship. He would look and he would kind of have this almost like face palming himself, just scratching his beard, just running his hand down his face, be like, okay, what do we do about this? And probably call either Arlene or anyone around, just, we'll call them out and just say, what do you suppose we do about that over there? I don't think they want to get caught in the crossfire. Kind of saying this, down from his, deck, down from his perch on the quarterdeck.
The captain hands over to a tiny little rowboat. 2 kobolds on each oar, mercilessly rowing as quickly as they can, keeping amazingly pace with this ship itself. Dirge is kind of sulking on the back. He leans over, holding onto the little mast they've erected. He pulls the anchor up that consists of the chain and the cage that finally surfaces with 2 skeletons in there. One of them is being overly dramatic, pretending he's drowning. Dirge just lowers it back down.
Oh, jeez.
I honestly don't know what to do about them. If they don't have any firepower, if they can't do anything, then...
Can you word him here?
Yeah.
Okay, here's this. He'll look over and ponder. I got a clear shot.
Oh, it's like, no.
I'm sorry, are they with us?
I'll say, someone over the side saying, yeah, they've been following us since we've left port, so, yeah, no, don't fire on them. I just don't want them to become an unnecessary casualty in whatever we're about to face. I don't want us to have to worry about, about them, but, we have to figure out something to deal with them.
I've heard a little shout out to you. Captain, is there any way to get them to turn around or go the other way?
At this, I interject and shout out to Dirge. Oi, Dirge!
He'll perk up and the little ears pop up and he looks up and over.
You might
What?
want to get a little bit away from the ship. We're gonna encounter trouble soon.
I don't like to swim.
Yeah. Still again repeating something similar here. And say that it's like, I suggest you stay back a bit from the ship because we're about to enter combat. We're about to go into battle here and very soon, and I don't want you getting hurt for no reason. I would highly suggest.
Yes, absolutely, please. You hear desperation in his voice. He ponders the kobolds that are madly rowing. He steps in between them, considers his options. He reaches down and, with each hand, picks up 2 of them by the back of their little vests they're wearing, turns 180 degrees, sets them back down so they're rowing the opposite direction. And the boat slowly starts making its way back.
Excellent.
Are they just going to keep going? I'm just asking.
Well, they're gonna wind up standing
they're not
still.
gonna get out of- Yeah, they're not going to get out of sight, but they're going to be a ways back.
Okay.
There, that settled that.
Yeah.
Lottie immediately starts ringing the bell. Glosson, just for funsies, remember, you have a lucky candle and you have the savior stone for the rowboat.
Yep.
Just making sure you remember that. The bell goes off in the crow's nest, and Lottie starts shouting, as anybody who has any spyglass can see. Look out. Here is what you see in the far distance.
More
There's
narwhals.
2 of them now.
Alright.
And an armada.
And a thing, yes, that's a thing indeed.
That's a very spiky thing.
You see,
Narwhal swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion. Oh God, what's that?
you see 2 platoons of what seem to be referenced as pokers, the narwhals again, and something that looks like a large metallic box with spikes on it and another cannon.
Massive.
This might be the box.
What's in the box?
All right.
I don't think we want to find out because it looks like got something mounted on it.
It looks like it's gonna be fit to ram, so.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Not good. Yeah, no, we're.
Okay, here we go. Initiative. Let's go, boys.
18.
It's another
9.
performance.
Four. Well, I got an 18, but I have to add 3 to my initiative, so
Nice.
21.
Arden,
9.
Sir Wall,
Got 19.
19. Very good. Okay. Before we really get started, would now be a good time to take a quick break.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Let's please do that before we get into this. All right. Good job so far. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Awesome. Are we still alive or are we paused?
I am going to stop for a moment, then we'll come back in about like 5-10 minutes.